I always hate when people say, back in the day.
Right.
But with that said, I'm going to say back in the day, when we were brokering, about once a week we'd have an underwriter who would come and sit down with us, and she'd spend the whole day in our shop. You'd basically sign a list, and you'd get to sit down with her for 15, 20 minutes, and you'd have all your files with you, and you'd say, okay, I got this person, and here's what we got going on over here, and here's what we have here. You'd have credit reports, and maybe some paycheck stubs, and do we think this is going to work? And she'd say, fill this in and kind of do this, and we probably have a deal. And you'd go through all your files, you'd work over each one of them, and you knew after you sat down with her exactly what you were looking at. It was super cool. Yeah. It's a great way to communicate directly with our underwriters.
I remember those days too.
It was cool, huh?
Yeah.
So anyways, the last time we did our Angel Oak webinar, we had scenarios going just like this, where loan officers were calling in saying, here's what I got. It's more important with Angel Oak and some of these Alt-A subprime type of new guys because we just don't know exactly where the guidelines are. But people were walking away saying, I've got a deal here, I've got a deal here. So we want you to bring your scenarios to Angel Oak on February 8th.
February 8th.
Which is just about a month away.
Yeah.
And see if we've got some deals in there. It's a great way to spend an hour of your time. And by the way, listen to other people's scenarios too, because that might just spur something in your head and make you think, wow, I got something over there too.
Yeah.
Anyways, check it out February 8th. A really cool way to run your scenarios past these guys. All you have to do to register is click this banner right over there.
Or on Facebook up above.
Yeah, that too. So Jamie Dimon of Chase says he regrets calling Bitcoin a fraud. How convenient. Here's how Bitcoin is trading over the last year. You still want to cash in on the equity in your house and invest in Bitcoin? You're better off going to Vegas.
That's it, Clark. Show 'em who's boss. It's people like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town, not this pretty boy.
I thought this was a pretty good picture explaining the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval.
It's a fine picture there, Frank. A fine picture.
Yeah, I thought this would be a good pick to give to any real estate agent or buyer who wants to put an offer in without getting his loan pre-approved. They may sound the same, but they're not. It's like, here's the median value of a home in Carmel, Indiana, and here's the median value in Carmel, California. Sounds the same, but it's not.
No, it's not even close at all. Some people say the rich don't pay enough in taxes. Other people say the rich pay their fair share of taxes. It's usually the rich saying that, by the way. Nobody says, are we asking the right questions at all? So here's a colorful pie chart on how taxes are gathered for state and local taxes. Property taxes, which is homeowners, amounts to 41% of all revenue. 41%. 28% is income tax, also compromised at least in part by some of those homeowners.
Right.
27.7%, that's sales tax. Homeowners, they buy stuff too. And that little sliver is business taxes. And I'll bet most business owners, they own homes too. So the real question should be, do homeowners, not the rich, pay too much in taxes? Just a thought.
The average credit score of millennials dropped from 2016 to 2017. Not good, and probably has nothing to do with marijuana becoming legal in all these states. I can't imagine a 27-year-old living on my couch playing Grand Theft Auto all day while hitting his gravity bong, possibly forgetting to make the $14 payment on a secured MasterCard. No, I couldn't imagine that.
No, Frank, I can't imagine that either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that he's more concerned about reheating the Thai takeout that I got for me and my wife last night than buying a home.
Curry soup's good stuff.
Nope, can't imagine weed has anything to do with that.
I like lemon chicken better. Maybe that's why FHFA is looking at changing credit scoring models. There's a comment period that you can participate in that goes on until February 18th. You probably won't, but I at least wanted to let you know that. The options for changing credit score include 1, including requiring a single type of credit score on every loan, which is what we have now. 2, requiring 2 different scores. 3, allowing lenders to decide which score they're going to use. Here's a hint. They're going to use the better one. or a 4, permitting multiple scores through a waterfall approach. Now imagine credit scores just going over a waterfall. That certainly clears it up for me.
Yeah, you notice what they don't say, don't you?
What's that?
Using the lower of the 2 options.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah, the lower of the 2 has always been the mantra for how lenders make determinations.
That is true.
Have 2 appraisals?
Right.
Use the lower of
Every
the 2.
time.
That type of thing. With credit scoring, that's not an option. See, the folks with the GSEs, HUD, FHFA, those in charge of setting mortgage policy,
Yeah.
they're all trying to find ways to free up money so more people can borrow.
Right.
But all the options that they're looking at is just picking around the edges.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
What can we do within the framework of what we have?
Be bold.
See, that's not going to cut it, man. You don't need to dick with credit scores.
No, you don't.
You don't need to mess with ratios.
No, leave 'em alone.
You don't need to target specific communities for down payment assistance or expanded guidelines.
That's right. You know what? You're right, Frank. They just need to go bold. I mean, come on, guys. Let's go bold. Enough with all the foreplay. Bring back subprime. I mean, just bring it on back.
That's what she said.
That's what we need to do. See, you don't need to let's cut a little off the scoring here by changing how we score. And let's trim a little off the skin in the game over there with targeted programs. And let's just snip a bit off the ratios over here. Now, doesn't that look just great? Well, no, it looks just like subprime. How about this? Bring back subprime, but rate the loans high risk and high return. So then those who invest in them know exactly what they're getting into. A high return bundle of mortgage-backed securities. And I'll tell you, if you invest in that, based on what I just showed you, still looks better than Bitcoin.
Everyone's looking for home values to keep going up.
That's what everyone says.
All projections from all prognosticators are looking at the gains in the housing market. Maybe they're right.
Yeah.
But it's worth pointing out.
Ah.
Of all previous market corrections,
Yep.
most everyone, primarily the CEOs of the failing companies, didn't see it coming.
Oh, that Thane guy, he didn't see it coming.
That's a fact in spite of all the Monday morning quarterbacks who now claim they called it.
Everybody says they called it out.
Hogwash, man.
I agree.
Meet Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari.
Right.
He finished up a symposium that has drawn 2 primary conclusions. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, 1.
One.
Banks have become too big to fail.
They've gotten bigger.
He's
They've
right,
gotten bigger.
yeah,
They're
right.
huge now. Huge.
And he wants to break up the largest financial institutions.
Oh, I bet that's going over well.
And 2,
Yes.
he's calling for banks to carry higher capital levels.
Ooh,
he
Basil.
says banks should have to hold 20% on their portfolio.
Wow, that's a lot.
He's the Fed president in Minneapolis.
Yeah, he is. That's a lot.
If he gets his way, we'll see rates spike and market gains for 2018 and beyond ain't gonna happen.
No, they wouldn't.
Now, we're not saying look for a correction.
No.
2018.
No.
We're not saying
No.
that. We are saying
Bubbles popping.
don't be surprised if home values stall, that's all. There you go, man. A whole bunch of stuff. It's like a potpourri of information this morning.
Hodgepodge.
Yeah, a potpourri.
It's a stew.
Take what you will from it, enjoy.
Leftover vegetables, you make it up.
Have a great day. Leave us your comments. Forward, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you guys later here at the National
Get a
State
little
Post.
cow tallow and turn it into a roux and make a stew with all the stuff you learned today. And then share it with other people and tag them on Facebook. Give them your stew, which is my stew too.
Good luck with the show here.
Bye.